Welcome FCS 2250 students to part 2 of our final exam. We're going to update our website, our ePortfolio that we've been working on. So let's go ahead and get this done and call it a day for this class. What do you say? So you've been busy building your ePortfolio and it's now time to put it to the test. You are in the job hunting market and found the perfect job for you. Once again, hypothetically, some of us may be in the job hunting market. Great, this will work out perfect for you. Some, once again, we're going to be doing this hypothetically. My goal is someday when you are in the job hunting market, you will create a cover letter specific to the job that you have found that you would want. So, with that said, you'll create a cover letter specific to the job posting that you're going to research here in a little bit, and you're going to place that cover letter directly within your ePortfolio. You'll type it right there. So, with no further ado, let's go ahead and open our existing ePortfolio by logging on to Wix.com and choose Edit. So, I'm going to drag that out of the way here. I'm on my sites. I should have started there. And here's a list of my sites here, and I'm going to go ahead and choose my portfolio. And I'm going to choose Edit Site. It's going to load up the editor here. And while that's loading, I'm going to go ahead and go back to my directions here and see what we have to do. So the first page we're going to be working on is our cover page. Create a new page within your ePortfolio called Cover Letter and move it to become the first page of your ePortfolio. All right, let me demonstrate. So here I am on my professional bio page. It's my home page. It's the first thing that people have seen so far, but we need to add a new page. So we're going to come over to the left, Pages, Add a Page. And I'm going to choose a blank page here, and I'm going to call that Cover Letter. And I'm going to choose OK. You're going to notice now that you have a new page at the end of your navigation bar called Cover Letter. All right, I don't want that to be at the end. I want that to be the very first link within my navigation pane. So I've come over to here. I've scrolled down to Cover Letter. I'm over in this lower left location where my arrow now becomes 4 arrows, left, right, up, and down. And I'm going to drag this up. Now, sometimes I can move this on top of the bio page, but sometimes it's hard to get it above it. So let's pretend you can't, and you can only get it to the second one. Then go up to your professional bio and drag that one down. But as you can see, your professional bio page is still your home page. Let's change that. Go to my page settings, my gear, set as home page. Pretty simple. Done. Now we have it as our home page. All right, and close that. I'm on my cover letter page. Let's see what we need to do now. So create a page heading. All right, we can do that. And as I've done before, I'm going to go to my professional bio page, and I want to copy this here. But before I do, I also want to turn on my ruler guides. And so for positioning purposes, I'm going to drag this down right about there. And I'm going to copy this. I'm going to click on this, copy. I could also Control-C as it gives me that option. And I'm going to now go back to my cover letter page. And I'm going to click and I'm going to paste it. Or Control-V. I now need to double click on it, get to my editor. And I'm going to change this to cover letter. As you can see, I did not choose the P, so that way it keeps my formatting. I'm now going to delete that P. And now I'm going to ask you guys to decrease the size of that. Click off of it, click back on it. So now I can move it left and right. And I'm going to center mine up. Once again, that's an option that I have chosen to center it up. Do you have to center yours? No. You can maybe put it right align or left align, but you want those to be consistent throughout your website. All right, so I'm going to hit save right now, and I'm going to preview that real quick and see how that looks. Preview. All right, go to my professional bio page. Beautiful. Those are still on the same plane, and they're nice and centered. Let's go back to my editor. Let's go back to my directions. I provided you with a link to some cover letter tips within the final exam review right here, and have asked you to prepare a cover letter specific to the job posting you research via job posting site. You can use any job hunting site you wish, or I provided a link to monster.com. So I have actually gone to monster.com and I found a job for a computer technology teacher, all right, for this company. All right, where they're located and all that good stuff, and I've read through it. Sounds pretty cool to me. All right, so I'm going to use this. So what it asks me to do is create a cover letter specific to that job. So I'm going to choose this cover letter tips, and it opens this PDF, and they give you, please read through this, what you should have in your first, second, and closing paragraphs. And they see a sample cover letter on the second page, and so I'm going to scroll down. And the very first address would be your address. I highly recommend not having that on the internet. I would not include your address there. I would include the date though. That would be good. Now this is the address of the actual company. So do some research. If it's not in Monster, hey, maybe do some research online, finding the company's address. If you do not know the person's name, this is going to go to somebody in Human Resources. So dear, the company's name, Human Resources. That's just a tip. You can maybe research that and see what other people think. But, you know, for my choice, dear Glade runs Human Resources Department. Something to that effect, all right? So you would have that within your introduction. And then there's your 3 paragraphs following the example up above. All right, and a nice thank you for your consideration, and sincerely a nice closing here. Put your job in here. Now this has the word enclosure. They probably have their resume enclosed. I wouldn't put that on yours because your resume is in your ePortfolio itself. But once you've gone through here and you've created a cover letter, you're actually going to put that directly in this document. This is where you're actually going to be putting your cover letter. Please don't, oh, I don't want to go to Pages. Sorry about that. I want to go to Add. And I want to go to some text, and I want to go to a paragraph text. And once again, my paragraph text is dark right now because of the my background that I've chosen. But I'm going to expand this out. If you need to get bigger, hey, get bigger. I'm going to go and double click up here and highlight through here. Actually, there's my paragraph text. I'm going to change that color so I can read it. And I'm also going to increase the font size. I'm going to jump it up to about 16-point font. All right, now as you are typing your cover letter, all right, you guys, please do not center it. I've had some people, let me drag this up here. I've had some people create their cover letter and it was entirely centered. And I must have some more text over here. Oh, I do. And they entirely centered it. Please go ahead and either left align or justify that text, please. But please don't center your cover letter. So as you are, once again, typing your beautiful cover letter here, you're also going to need a link to that cover letter. So if I go back to my directions here, and it says, save the URL from the job posting you're going to use, which we've just researched, and make a button linking to the actual job posting itself. This will help your viewers understand what position you're actually writing the cover letter for. All right, let me demonstrate how to do that. So we're done with our beautiful cover letter. You guys have written a very nice one, and we need a button. So I'm going to go to Add, and I'm going to go to Buttons and Menus. Pretty simple. And I'm going to choose a button, and it puts a button right there. And I'm going to change the name of that button to Job Posting. All right, and we need to add a link to it. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to my job posting here, and I'm going to highlight the URL, and I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go back to my editor, link to a website, beautiful, or web address, and I'm going to paste that right there. And I'm going to keep this by default. You want that to open in a new window, and choose OK. All right, and now with that done, I'm going to go ahead and close that and close this. And you can move this wherever you want. One thing I am going to suggest though, see how the J and the G are so close to the edge? Give a little padding there. Increase that just a little bit so you can see that. I also suggest to put some text somewhere around here, another text box explaining to your viewers, hey, please click on the link to the left or below for the actual job position that I am applying for. So that way your customers kind of know, or your viewers know what this button is. Just not a button, same job posting. And once again, you can always click on this and go to settings, and I've chose a certain style and edit your style for your button, and there's all sorts of different styles that you can choose from. You can play around with the colorings and stuff like that, the sizes of them, the positioning, the shadow. There's all sorts of cool things you can do. Make it look nice and professional. So with that said, I should be able to save and hit preview, and this should take me to open in a new tab, that job posting. That's going to be very important. So I have my beautiful cover letter heading, my cover letter typed out nice and beautiful on the page. Increase that font size a little bit so we can read that nice and easy, and then your link. All right, you guys, I'll come back here shortly with our second part of our website, creating some professional links.